Good evening. I'm sorry for the delay. This is a regular meeting of the Princeton Zoning Board of Adjustment being held electronically via Zoom on November 12th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Pursuant to Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given by prominently posting the sunshine notice of the Princeton Zoning Board of Adjustment. Such notice has been placed on the official bulletin board of the municipal complex and and by transmitting a copy of the notice to the Princeton Packet, Town Topics, the Times, Trentonian, and by filing a copy with the clerk of Princeton on November 7th, 2025, and has been posted to the municipal website www.princetonnj.gov/meetings. Pursuant to Executive Order 107, due to the state of emergency in New Jersey regarding COVID-19 coronavirus, notice that during the declared state of emergency, all regular and special meetings of the Princeton Zoning Board of Adjustment will be held electronically via Zoom and was transmitted to the Princeton Packet, Town Topics, and the Times, and was filed with the clerk of Princeton on the 24th day of April, 2020. Such notices have been placed on the official bulletin board at the municipal complex and on the Princeton website and are to be maintained throughout the year, and by transmitting a copy of same to the Princeton Packet, Town Topics, the Time, Trentonian, Comcast Media, and by filing a copy thereof with the clerk of Princeton. Notices have been placed on all window doors of the municipal complex. Claudia, can you please call the roll?
Ms. Chen,
Yes.
Ms. Coulson, Mr. Floyd, Mr. Shriver,
Here.
Mr. Stein,
Here.
Mr. Tenenbaum, Ms. Donna,
Yes.
Mr. Dobkin,
Here.
Chairman Cohen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we have two resolutions this evening. They were in your packet. The first is case Z 25-623, 728 Bun Drive, block 2801, lot 11 in the OR1 zone. Does anyone have any comments or questions on the resolution? And if not, if someone would like to make a motion.
I just had a quick question about number 3 on page 10. The meaning of that, where it says the applicant shall submit an administrative waiver of site plan for any improvements required for compliance with the 91 site plan approval, including landscaping and buffering. That means that they need to comply with the 91
Yes.
site plan. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I couldn't quite make sense of the sentence, but thank you.
Well, it is a little confusing because of this administrative waiver, but staff wanted them to do that. Specifically, they wanted them to file for an administrative waiver because that is a mechanism then for them to again review
Okay.
at the staff level, meaning they're not coming in for site plan, but staff wanted to be able to confirm that, including, I guess, Derek, wasn't there a question about buffering too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Claudia, please call the roll.
Ms. Chen,
Yes.
a second. Mr. Shriver,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Chairman Cohen.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, our next resolution is case number Z 25-682, 311 Western Way, block 8703, lot 13 in the RS or the R5 T zone. Once again, the resolution was in your packets. Questions, comments, or motions?
I'm going to approve.
Second.
Claudia?
Ms. Chen,
Yes.
Mr. Shriver,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Chairman Cohen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. We have 3 applications this evening. The first is a carryover from our last hearing. 184, excuse me, 164 Prospect Avenue, block 55.01, lot 16 in the R2B zone. Oh, hi, Michael. Is there someone there representing this application? Someone here representing this application this evening?
Mr. Peepsek is been pulled over.
Okay,
He's the applicant.
okay, very good.
Yes, I'm here. Oh, jeez.
I am here, the architect for the applicant.
Oh, there you go, Mr. Bay. Okay.
He was previously sworn in, so we don't have to do it again, right, Karen?
Oh, that's right. Consider yourself still under oath, Mr. Bayo, and you as well, Mr. Peepsack.
Yes.
Thank you, board. We'll be quick. We are requesting an adjournment of our case into the first available in January. We are in the process of trying to retain additional professionals to assist with our case as we feel it is now needed. These include the likelihood of hiring an attorney and the likelihood of bringing in a planner. And as such, we request respectfully an adjournment of tonight's hearing.
Derek, when could we hear this case?
Claudia, what's the January reorg meeting? I'm sorry. Is it?
Well,
The
on
12th.
December 12th, is it December 12th? I'm sorry. We
Yeah.
will have the,
10th.
at the next meeting, he will have to, adopt the, December 10, I'm sorry. So he will have to come on December 10, and after we adopt the meeting dates, then he can carry to that date again.
Thank you.
So
Thank
you'll
you.
I think
have to
that's what
appear
Karen said,
again.
right?
Yeah, so if to the benefit of anybody who's here tonight, this application will be carried to December 12th.
10th, excuse me.
I'm sorry,
10th.
December 10th. And at that time, I guess it's anticipated that the applicant will again request for the application to be carried. But right now, all we can do is carry it to December 10th.
So we would adopt the meetings for next year, and then the meeting should be in January on the 28th. And
Correct.
next hearing on the 10th of December. Once that's adopted, you can request can carry that meeting to the January 28th meeting.
Okay, and we would be providing, we're agreeing to extending our application until then. Do you need any formal testimony tonight on that?
Yes,
No, but
please.
we would like something in
An email.
writing to confirm that.
All right, then I'll send you tomorrow, Derek Bridger, an email putting our timeout into next year, despite I will be appearing December 12th to request an adjournment again.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank
your
you.
office already sent an extension till the end of, I think it's 1/31/26.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful.
Good.
Good, I'm glad we're on top of it. Thank you. So there's no need for a further requesting of time.
So we're good on that. So
Thank you. All right,
we'll see you in December 10th.
great. And happy holidays, everyone, to Thanksgiving.
Thank
You too,
you.
thank
You.
Thank
All right.
you.
Too.
Okay. Okay, our next case is case Z 25-687, 66 Dempsey.
Sorry.
I'll start again. Our next case is 66 Dempsey Avenue, case Z 25-687, block 5804, lot 57 in the R6 T zone. Okay, Claudia, do we have the applicant here?
Can the applicant raise her hand? I can't identify the name. Thank you.
While we're waiting, I'll just note that the noticing is in order and the board has jurisdiction tonight to hear the application. And I'll swear you in, Mr. Bridger. Do you swear or affirm your testimony this evening will be truthful?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you.
Is the applicant,
There's somebody on the
Hi, good
screen.
evening. We're here.
Okay, we need to, there we go. Okay.
do you have anybody else? Do you have any architect, engineer, anybody that else that needs to be moved over?
No, not on this call.
All
All
right,
right,
thank you.
So it's Mr. Mukherjee and Ms. Agarwal, is that correct?
That's correct. Thank you.
Alrighty, and do you swear or affirm your testimony this evening will be truthful?
We do.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Okay, before we begin, Derek, can you review your memo with us?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anirban Mukherjee and Nidhi Agarwal are the owners of 66 Dempsey Avenue. They're seeking a C1 variance to permit construction of a vestibule in exception to the prevailing front yard setback and to expand the driveway width and parking area within the front yard. Property is located in the R6 T zone and is subject to the use and bulk regulations in accordance with sections 10B 246, 255, 255.2, and 10B attachment 3 of the former Princeton Township Land Use Ordinance. Subject lot is complying with respect to the bulk requirements in the zone. The existing house does not comply with the required front yard setback, which is a prevailing setback in this case. The requirement is 50. The existing is 31.8 feet. Applicant is proposing to construct a 6.5 by 12-foot enclosed vestibule in the front facade of the existing single-family dwelling. The applicant was issued a zoning permit in April of 2025 for a 14 by 24 rear addition, which was permitted as of right. The applicant also wishes to expand the driveway parking area in the front yard, and the proposed vestibule addition will encroach into the prevailing front yard setback, and the driveway expansion will encroach on the front yard parking setback. The proposed driveway widening is more than the permitted width. So the following variances are required. For the vestibule, the required setback is 50, the existing is 31.8, and the proposed is 25.5 feet. The front yard parking setback requirement is 25, the proposed is 15.58 feet, and the maximum driveway width required is 22 feet, and the proposed is 23 feet. The applicant has requested consideration under the C1 criteria. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to address them.
Board members, any question? Donna, please.
Yeah, Derek, this is a confusing application to me because I walked by the property and there's already a vestibule. So what I don't understand, and maybe Derek, you know of, are they trying to legalize the existing vestibule, or are they going to knock it down and do a new one?
Yes. Yep. They're going to expand the one that's there.
Okay.
I think it's a little too narrow to be functional, but
Okay.
I'd let them testify to that.
Okay, and then Derek, they don't need an FAR variance. I know in the application, the applicants noted they did, and maybe they got a number wrong.
Good catch. No, it was a small lot and there's a proportional FAR adjustment, which means they're okay with the FAR. They don't need an FAR adjustment. That's a good catch though.
Oh, okay, so they just need the C variances.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
No, thank you. Good question.
Eric, I just have a technical question. In the
Wait,
description.
Mike, Go ahead, Karen, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say in the description of variances where it says maximum driveway with required 22 inches existing, not applicable. They do have a driveway though, right? Already?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Okay, and it is compliant or,
Yeah, I mean, it's non-compliant with regard to the setback, but it's an existing non-compliance, so. there
okay,
is-
so the driveway is, okay, so it's not applicable, it's not conforming currently.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
It's grandfather. It was prior to the change of the ordinance that required a driveway setback from the side yard
okay,
property line.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michael, did you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We
Yes,
can.
Okay.
Good to hear you.
Claudia, please note in the record that Michael is in attendance.
Noted.
Good. All right, please, the applicants, make your case.
Yeah, I'll talk to the first one, which is about the front vestibule. So regarding the question, right, that yes, there is an existing vestibule, however, it is improperly designed and, you know, it doesn't provide a safe entryway to the house, right? So the first point I want to highlight is that it is providing inadequate shelter from weather conditions. So when it's heavy rainfall, the water leaks through that current vestibule. You know, and as we open the main entrance door, sometimes there is pooled water that provides slippery situations. Sometimes, you know, the packages that get delivered, you know, during inclement weather, they are left outside, you know, in the rainfall because it's not obvious to the delivery people, right, that the vestibule is accessible to them. So there is no overhang to that vestibule that provides any kind of landing area or shelter area. So it's very, very improperly constructed right now. There's a lot of pest intrusion also that happens through the structural gaps that are there in the vestibule. So we have had several occasions during springtime when, you know, there have been snakes, you know, sitting in that vestibule. And as the children, you know, go outside the door and, you know, try to pick up their shoes, there's a snake sitting right there, right? So there are multiple gaps in that vestibule that are not properly sealed. And, you know, we've checked with the contractor, right? The only way to do it is to, you know, deconstruct it, demolish it, and construct it properly. So, you know, without, you know, the structural changes, it's not feasible to make those repairs. Also, the level of the vestibule to the surface of, you know, where our main entrance is, there is difference in the surface area. I mean, the elevation. So it creates a tripping hazard as well if you're not paying attention because the levels are significantly different. So there's a lot of improvements in the construction that need to be done, and that's why we are requesting for this variance.
Yeah, to the members of the board, I would only want to add that we have also submitted images of snakes that we have found in the shoes, which are in the shoe racks in that area, and it's quite disturbing. So I'm sorry to say.
I'll bet.
We don't need to see those.
I'm sure. Okay, thank you. All right. Any other testimony?
With regards to the driveway expansion, that's the second one. I mean, at this point of time, we have a narrow driveway. We have a car for my wife and for myself. They're both parked behind each other, and essentially, the real problem is when it gets to the winter months and when there's snow cleared out in the streets and stuff like that. I mean, we always have one extra car on this driveway, which is an annoyance for our neighbors as well, because when they're taking their cars out of their driveways, it's an inconvenience because they have to look out for our car, which is already parked there, and for the vehicles that are clearing the snow on the street. There's always a vehicle on the street because of the sequential nature of the both cars being parked next to each other. So essentially, that's why we are seeking to widen the current blacktop, the driveway that we have, so that both cars can be parked next to each other, and we don't have to use the road and inconvenience our neighbors in in the process.
Yeah, I think I just want to add, right, during the peak hours in the morning, when we have to leave for work, we have school drop-offs, gym to attend, there's always this last minute rush as to whose car is in the front, right? And that person has to first, quickly back away so that the other person can leave. So it is just a significant inconvenience in just the daily usage and routines, right, that we all have to follow.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Those are the two proposals in our application. We appreciate the board for listening and appreciate your consideration in the matter.
Sir, do you know when the house was constructed?
1953, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Okay, at this point, excuse me, did you want to say something else? No. Okay, at this point, you can make a closing statement right now, and then we'll open the hearing up to the public. So do you want to say anything before we open it to the public for comment?
Yeah, just a closing statement, right? That, I mean, there are, for both of those topics, right, the driveway that allows us to, park two cars next to each other, as well as creating a safe entryway. There is, lack of other reasonable alternatives, aside from, having this variance application approved. The layout of the lot and the current zoning requirements, they prevent any other practical, reconfiguration that we can make to this house. And we truly believe that granting this variance is not going to adversely affect the surrounding properties or cause any kind of nuisance to the neighbors. In fact, the change to the front vestibule will only improve the aesthetic and functional value of the neighborhood. So we just respectfully request your consideration and approval.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, at this point, we'll open the hearing up to the public. If there's anyone in the audience who'd like to comment on this case, please indicate that by hitting the raise your hand button on the screen, and we'll recognize you. Claudia, has anyone indicated they'd like to speak on behalf of this application?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Please let them in.
The picture is there, but we don't have any audio.
Muted. Okay, now we have audio. Now we don't have anything.
There he is.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Sir, could we have your name, please?
Okay, it's Paul Rader.
And Mr. Rader, can you give us your address if you feel comfortable? Or
32 Kyler Road, but we're at the corner of Dempsey Avenue and Kyler, and next door to 66 Dempsey.
all righty. And do you swear or affirm any testimony you give this evening will be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay, I just want to quickly say that I think that the things that they plan to do are fine with us. The vestibule will just make it look nicer in their front yard, but we particularly want to have them have access to doubling the size of the driveway so they can park both cars at the same time. Last winter, oftentimes they had to park on the street. That's dangerous when it's snowing. The plows can't get through, and we really want them to have the ability to park both cars on their own property. That's it.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay. Claudia, has anyone else indicated they'd like to speak?
No.
There are no more hands.
Okay. All right, we'll give it a couple of seconds here. So, all right, we're going to close the public portion of the hearing. Once again, the applicant can say something before we go into executive session, if you'd like to.
I just want to say we deeply appreciate Paul's feedback on our situation, and we appreciate the consideration of the board in this matter. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to go into executive session now. Board members, do you have any Questions, Donna, please?
My question is, how big the size of the desired vestibule versus the size of the vestibule now? How do they compare?
About 5 feet, right?
Because I just don't see it on the plans that, it's giving us.
But the front yard setback is 25, they're proposing 25.5, and existing is 31.8, so it must be about 5 feet closer to the street.
See, I don't know whether that measurement is to the existing vestibule or the one they want to put on.
No, so that's the way that was explained is right. So the width of the current vestibule is quite narrow, and the way the construction would happen is that we have to build a roof on it. So in order to get the A roof and some overhang to the vestibule
And stairs.
yeah, so that there is enough space to provide shelter from the weather in case somebody's ringing the bell and standing if it's raining, so that is why it is adding a few extra feet. So yeah, that's the drawing where it shows the current vestibule and how much we are adding.
Okay, so the current one is the one that's outlined in the dark outline, and then the extension is in the lighter outline, or no?
Correct.
If you notice on the drawing where the entry vestibule says there's a number 2.6,
Yes.
that would be the existing vestibule. So that's approximately 3 feet from or 2.5 feet from the face of the house, and the proposed vestibule is about 5 feet 6 inches from 6 feet from the front of the house.
Okay, so it's about double.
It comes out another 2.5 feet.
Okay. So it's about double, and then the width is the same.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Seems like a very reasonable size for a vestibule.
Mm-hmm.
I like the design. I think it improves the visual of the whole house. I noticed on the street, up and down the street, many of the houses have extended driveways already. So I like what they're proposing.
I agree.
So are you talking about the vegetable, how it's like a lot of other houses?
No, the driveway, a lot of the other houses on the street have wider driveways already. And it's not like this would be a unique something to have a little more parking space in the front yard, from what I could tell.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That's probably the most herky-jerky half a block section of all types of weird arrangements.
Yeah.
That's true. I do have a problem with the driveway being expanded and the parking in front of and doubling the parking area. Essentially, this house, in my view, has the same type of driveway that I have, and probably half the board members and a major portion of the town, which is a driveway that's a single driveway that requires you to stack your cars. It's a driveway that can and does accommodate 2 cars, 3 cars without parking on the street. It's just moving the cars around is, an inconvenience. But it's also an inconvenience for all the other people in town that have the same width and length driveway. So personally, I don't support widening the parking area, because it's essentially because they don't want to stack the cars and move them.
Well, yes,
And the zonings in place requires that the driveway is of a certain length, and you can't have a double spot like that in the front yard setback. And it makes a whole lot of other people stack their cars, and they've been doing it forever. That's my thoughts.
I can't totally disagree with you, Michael, but in this particular case, the house was built in 1953, and I think it was more common for people to have one car than two cars. And I think the fact that the street itself is narrow and in the wintertime, leaving a car on the street, which is perfectly legal, creates a little bit of a hazard. And I can't argue with the fact that many houses are single car driveways, but I think in this day and age, a double wide driveway is better much better than a single, obviously. And maybe it should be something that we look at in the ordinance. But this particular house, the way it's sitting on the lot, if they expanded the driveway the other way towards the front entry, I think it would be awkward. And I think aesthetically, putting it on the side like this, I don't think it creates a real problem in terms of its relationship to the neighboring property.
Well, okay, that's your opinion. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I mean, a lot of families have two cars. They park it in a stacked position. One car deeper in on the side of the house and another one a little closer to the road. I don't see how I don't see how you say no to anybody that comes in with a regulation driveway that requires stacking cars. That's what the code requires.
Right.
But that's my 2 cents.
Board members, any other comments? Or if someone would like to make a motion one way or the other?
Steve, I just have one more question.
Sure,
Oh, can Claudia put that back up again?
please.
The screen share?
Yeah, Claudia. You're muted, Claudia.
So does this mean that the driveway addition they're proposing is an additional 9 feet and goes not the entire length of the existing driveway, maybe 3/4 of the length? Is that am I looking at that right?
That dark portion next to the existing driveway that they're proposing.
Right, it's 9 feet. Okay.
It's a little more than 9 feet, but
It is more.
yeah.
Is this the least, is there any lesser of a driveway that would work here? And I mean, it will still need a variance, but is there any other way to accommodate this problem?
I don't think shortening the driveway really, I mean, it's still a variance, so if you're going to consider a variance, I would consider a variance that allows two cars to adequately park there without being too close to each other. The only other, I mean, there aren't a lot of options in the front yard to supply parking because of the 25-foot setback, so.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
I mean, in theory, you could put an 8-foot wide space in there rather than a 9, but
Yeah, I think they could tighten it up, but you're not gonna get to the 25-foot setback.
Right.
You could probably increase the 15-foot 7 slightly. maybe angling the cars somehow, but you're not gonna get to 25, you're,
And though the other side of the house is a little bit wider, it's odd shaped. Right now it's fenced off. It looks like a relatively new fence that's there, but you know, whereas the extensive renovations on that Linden Lane house close to Nassau, we basically made them do it on a side where they had room. If you remember that house.
I do.
But
Well, board members, is that a discussion relocating the drive or the additional car?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a little, the other side also has a little bit of a mounding too. You'd have to flatten it. And,
not much of a mounding.
well, a couple of feet, foot and a half, two.
I don't think so, but that's.
I think this. I think this looks to me like a reasonable request. I mean, I agree with Michael. We all have. I mean, my wife and I have a first in, last out kind of deal with our cars, but I think if given the opportunity to change it, I would. And this doesn't seem like it's a, big improvision.
Well, if you want to move on. But if you want to change a code, you don't go against the code before you change it.
That's a good point.
I mean, don't. And if you change the code, you're going to allow anybody with a one car width driveway, even if it goes the complete length of the lot, to park in front of the house. If there's, not adequate space.
Do we have any issues with 2 curb cuts on the street?
Only one driveway
Yeah.
permitted per lot. I mean, I would think it's preferable to grant the variance for this than to have 2 driveways. I mean, that just is a waste of impervious coverage, but.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Well, I move we approve it. We can vote on it and see where we're going.
have a
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Sure.
Can that frame shed move and then you have a little, you go past the house and you turn and you get them both in? But you have some impervious coverage to spare.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much they have because it's retroactive to 2017 and they did that addition in the back. So, I mean, it would mean they would need a stormwater management plan, which isn't the end of the world, but.
Got it.
Okay, we have a motion on the table. We need a second.
I second.
Okay,
Mr. Dobkin?
Yes.
Thank you.
is there any discussion on the motion?
So the motion is to grant both variances.
I mean, if,
Yes.
I mean, we do, yeah, we've got a motion on the floor now. If that doesn't pass, then I guess they can be voted on separately. If that proves to be an impediment.
Yeah, that's what I was going to inquire about.
All right, let's see, who made this motion? Stephen.
Driver.
Stephen, you willing to amend this motion to separate out these variances?
No, I'd rather vote on this and we could separate out
Okay,
afterwards.
okay, all right.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. No other discussion. And Claudia, can you please call the roll?
Ms. Chen,
Yes.
Mr. I'm sorry, Mr. Floyd,
No.
Mr. Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Donna,
I'm no for the driveway, but yes for the vestibule, so I guess that's a no.
That's
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Mr. Dobkin,
Yes.
Chairman Cohen.
Yes.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It passed.
It passes, yep.
Okay, so it's approved then.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Our next case is case number Z25-698, 15 Hillside Road, block 7207, lot 4 in the R6 T zone. Karen, are the notices in order?
Lauren, the board has jurisdiction tonight to hear it.
Steve, can we take 5 minutes? I'm sorry.
Certainly. Okay, let's see what time it is. 8:25, so we'll reconvene at 8:30. Thank you. Michael, how did you get your audio to work?
Very strange. Computers are strange. I obviously disconnected, I came out of Zoom. I went into my computer settings just to see if I could find anything. In settings, I went to my apps, scrolled down to the Zoom app, settings, and clicked on that. And then in the settings, the audio for Zoom was turned off. Now, mind you, I've never been in the settings and then the apps, the Zoom app in my settings ever.
It could have just been some combination of things you hit that shut it off. Huh.
Yeah, that was totally unrelated, but yeah. So that's what happened. It was deep in the computer, had nothing to do with me and Zoom. I don't know.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Computers are great when they work properly.
Michael, I didn't hear what you said because I had this problem last week.
My computer, I left Zoom, just had the computer on, clicked on settings, went to settings, and I went to apps. That did all my apps, went all the way down to Zoom, clicked on Zoom, and audio was turned off in Zoom. And I have never been in that. I don't know what turned it off, but I had to click it on, and that was that. And it turned out that was the solution.
Yeah, I had a different case, not the one with the sound, but another problem. And it turned out I had the same kind of thing, that somewhere down inside the app, it had been changed from, I don't understand how that happens, but
Yeah, me neither.
Could just be a sequence of buttons you pushed at one time and, yeah, but it's really, right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange because
Well,
it's controlled by a button that I've never accessed in all the time we've been doing Zoom.
yeah. All right, but at least you got it fixed. That's great.
Yeah.
We've got about 30 seconds or so left here. Okay, it's 8:30. Claudia, can you start the recording again, please?
Okay. You're on.
Okay. Okay, our next case is case Z25-698, 15 Hillside Road, block 7207, lot 4 in the R6T zone. Karen, as you said, all the noticing is in
Correct.
order and we have jurisdiction. Thank
Correct.
you. Derek, can you summarize your memo on this case?
Yes, sir. Thank you. 15 Hillside Road LLC is the owner applicant of 15 Hillside Road. They're seeking C1 and C2 variances to allow for the construction of a second floor addition over the existing first floor and a two-story rear addition, as well as a detached one-car garage. Property is located in the R6T zone in the former Princeton Township, and it's subject to the regulations of 10B, 246, 255, and 255.2. The subject lot does not comply with the required 10,890 square foot lot area. The existing is 8,250 square feet. It's not compliant with regard to the 50 or the 85-foot lot width and lot frontage. The requirement is 60, and it's the side yard setback, it's 15, and it's not compliant on the left at 9.8 and non compliant on the right at 13.7. And the parking side setback requirements, 5 feet, the existing is 0. The applicant's proposing to renovate and add additions to the existing Cape Cod style home. The plans propose a new foyer entry and a new second floor, replacing the existing half-story. And a two-story addition is proposed on the rear elevation of the house. A detached garage is proposed behind the house, and a two-story bump-out front foyer addition is permitted as of right. The following variances are required: side yard setback for the second floor over the existing front portion of the house on the requirements 15 feet. On the left side, it's 8.875 feet, and on the right side is 12.79 feet. And the side yard setback for the two-story addition, requirements 15, the proposed is 13.79. And the garage setback requirement is 5, the proposed is 3. And the driveway setback requirement is 5 feet. And the proposal as it grandfathered now where it's non-compliant, but as it angles in towards the garage from approximately 0 to 3.5 feet. Applications requested consideration under the both C1 and the C2 criteria. That's a brief synopsis of my memo. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Board members, any questions of Mr. Berger? Okay, who is going to be representing this application this evening?
Mr. Song.
Eugene Song on behalf of 15 Hillside Road LLC, the applicant. Together with me, I do have the representative of the LLC, Yi-Chuan Lee. And we also have our architect. I don't see him in the panel here. His name is Anthony
Here he is.
Lapaka.
He's here.
Oh, he is.
Here he is.
Okay,
He's on the
perfect.
screen, yeah.
Okay. And with respect to our application, in addition to the documents that have already been submitted, we will be presenting testimony from the from the owner, Mr. Lee, and also from our architect, Mr. LaPlaca here. So the first thing that we would like to do is to qualify Mr. LaPlaca as our expert witness. So if we can go ahead and swear in the witnesses, we can proceed.
I will. Mr. Lee and Mr. LaPlaca, do you swear or affirm your testimony this evening will be truthful?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Mr. LaPlaca. Would you share with the board your just a brief background of your credentials?
Yes. My name's Anthony LaPlaca. I hold a Master of Architecture degree from Tulane University. I'm a licensed and registered architect in the state of New Jersey. I've appeared before this board on numerous times over the years for many various applications.
You have, and we will accept you as an expert.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh,
And
one question, excuse me. Your license is in good standing?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Okay, please continue.
yeah, in addition to the documents, we also have a PowerPoint slide presentation that we will use as a guide for our application for tonight. And
Mr.
I
Song,
don't
do you know how many slides you have?
I believe it's 7 slides.
Alrighty, so we'll make that exhibit A1.
Yes,
and
7 in
that's a
total.
7-slide PowerPoint. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay, Mr. LaPlaca, as long as we can have the PowerPoint presentation up for the board members to view as you describe the property and the design that went into this into the renovation project that the homeowner would like to undertake.
Sure. So the existing house is a Cape Cod style house that currently has just 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom and an unfinished attic. So the owner would like to expand it to a more typical arrangement. The 2-bedroom, 1-bath house is a kind of an anomaly in this neighborhood, and so as a renovation, the proposed house would be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. The roof of the house, existing house, is proposed to be removed. A new story to be added onto the existing first floor footprint, and an addition off the back end of the house. Currently, the house does not comply with the side yard setbacks, and the new house, the new addition, and the new both second floor and the rear addition would also need some side yard setback variance for their addition. They're also in sort of the same sort of setback as is typical within the neighborhood of the existing side yards within other houses immediately around the house. They have a similar variances to the required setback that is currently required. We're also adding a garage to the rear yard, which is going to have a driveway extended from the existing driveway through to the backyard to keep the cars parked in the rear. We also are going to need a variance for the proximity of the garage to the side yard in the garage area.
Just before we continue on, if I can direct the board's attention to the PowerPoint presentation, the second slide.
Well, we can't see anything, Mr. Song. Nothing's in front of us, so.
I do not know how to share the screen
Do you know
regarding
the green button? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, I see it here.
Yeah, I can share the screen right now because I don't have haven't had a
There
chance.
you go. Okay.
There you go. I'm
So
sorry.
it's okay.
The
So this is the
second slide,
first page.
please. Yeah, that's the first slide. The second slide will show photos with respect to the pre-existing current existing conditions of the property that Mr. Plaka just previously mentioned. The next slide, I believe, is comments with respect to the neighboring properties that also were also non-compliant and also were granted variances in a similar manner. And then for the third slide is the proposed design that Mr. Plaka just mentioned there. In addition to the next slide as well too, in terms of the existing property and the proposed design of the project.
So now that we were looking at the site plan, and that illustrates some of the issues that I had described with the setbacks, that the side yard setbacks that exist are continuing to exist with the second story addition and with the addition in the rear. Which is, the most practical way to go about adding an addition to a small house. And so the finished product is, one that has some architectural, convenience to it and looks sensible. And that's sort of one of the goals when we try to do architecture, is to make it look as though it's a sensible approach to how we build a house. And we're adding a front vestibule to the house to give it a bit of an architectural feature. And the rear garage, we're bringing the cars away from the street through a driveway that exists and bringing it to a garage in the back, and also allowing some stacking area for additional cars within that driveway. The garage is positioned such that it's 3 feet from the property line, in order to minimize the difficulty maneuvering into a garage space in and out in a tight space. So that's one of the reasons why we're proposing that the garage is positioned in that area. So, the house is being built in a configuration that is not uncommon to the neighborhood. It will have an image of a center hall colonial style house, which is kind of a typical traditional style that I think will be very harmonious to the neighborhood and will not be any detriment. And I think we've tried to, be responsible in not overdeveloping the house. It still is not going to be an enormous house, and I think it fits very well within its context.
Okay, thank you, Mr. LaPlaca. Unless the applicant, Mr. Lee, whether you have any additional comments to share with the board. If not, then we can open the board to questions.
I just want to add that I deeply appreciate everyone in the board tonight spend the time to hearing my case. I really appreciate it. And as my lawyer and architect mentioned, this is truly a hardship situation where it's an existing house already built that way. So we are actually trying to minimize the intrusion to the environment. So trying to just add the second floor and then put the garage all the way to the back. So we are trying to kind of benefit to all the neighborhood. So I truly deeply appreciate if everyone can consider approve our application. Thank you so much.
All right,
Mr.
thank
Lee,
you,
do you know when the house was built?
Yes, it's 1955.
Thank you.
I have a
Thank you,
question.
and we welcome the board for your questions.
I have a question. The garage rear setback required is what?
5 feet.
In the rear.
Yes, sir.
So there's no reason that the garage itself can't be moved a little further back and then moved over to comply with the 5-foot side yard.
Well, I guess, it's always a bit of a balancing act between desiring to, have the least amount of impervious coverage, that we can do. So I guess, what I'm proposing is to try and minimize the impervious coverage by keeping it closer to the front. Whereas if we pushed it back and had more driveway area, there would be more paving and less pervious coverage, which I thought might be an advantage.
I understand that. I just think that it would, look, you could leave it where it is and move it to 5 feet. It's a new garage. And it can be anywhere on the property, and there's, realistically, in my opinion, no reason to grant a variance from that because you have the land and I do appreciate the minimalization of the impervious coverage. But I think that the conformance with the ordinance makes more sense in this case.
Another reason we're thinking about that is because, as you can see, this driveway actually is not that long. And then when you get into the building, the corner of the building, if you move this garage 2 feet into the lane, this angle to get from this street to this garage, it's quite a big angle. So it could become a kind of hazard situation for people
Yeah,
to.
and that's why I suggested moving it back to minimize that angle. You could
I
leave
see.
it where it is, but I suggested moving the garage back and over.
I see. I mean, got you. Now I understand. So we can extend it. I move another 5 or 4 feet back over here, and then push a little bit into the lane.
Yes.
Okay.
Two
Yeah, that
more
makes
feet.
sense. Yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, we were trying to, as we said, we're trying to maximize the compliance because we want to keep it environmental benefit to everyone. So, we just want to keep the impervious coverage less. So
Does that push us over in terms of his impervious coverage? I'm just looking for the application.
Tony, do you remember like how much impervious coverage room do
Let's see
you
what-
have?
I believe it's 36%.
36.37 right now. Proposed, excuse me. You permitted, the zoning requires you can have up to 49%.
Yeah, so you can increase the impervious coverage
A lot.
without going over the
No,
the
I
maximum.
think that also another reason we keep it is because of the net impervious coverage is gonna be more than 400 square feet, and because of that, then we had to put the stone rain garden into this house. So there could be another major reason we want to minimize the impervious coverage because.
I
Right.
don't think the rain garden is going to be a major issue. That kind of a nice decorative feature.
the problem is the yard might not have enough space. But anyway, if what Tony, what do you think? You are the expert.
Well, I think that there are a couple of options that could be that could achieve a less impervious coverage, that strategies that we've used before, whereas some of they're not ideal. Some of the driveway could be what I sometimes term as a ribbon driveway, to where there are pathways that are paved for the tires of a car, and the center of the driveway be turf or some other um, material that is considered that is not considered impervious, and we've done that before. And that's an option that could be considered for the driveway to kind of to mitigate the additional square footage that might be required to move that garage. So that's something that we could consider as a way of kind of achieving both
I understand. I
situations.
understand that. But as owner, I mean, that existing driveway, I think is not, the condition itself is actually, it's okay. It's quite good. So
Yeah.
to me, I probably not want to kind of drip the whole thing out
Yeah.
and put the driven driveway. It doesn't make sense to everyone. So I guess, I mean, what the other board member, what do you think? I mean, if you want me to push and then I will probably as the owner consider all factors. I will probably just keep it as is and then just put 2 more feet, and somehow I make this turn a little bit safe. I would rather to do so if that's what you want me to do.
That's
And
my
actually,
suggestion. Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
No, I was going to say that's just my suggestion. The other board members might want to chime in here.
Well, I guess, Steve, I think this garage, excuse me, is rather small and will not have that, in my view, doesn't have that big of impact. It could have a lot bigger impact if it was a bigger garage on the neighboring properties. So I was kind of able to live with it being a 3 foot, given that it's especially trying to accommodate with an existing building. But that was just my view. And
No, that's a valid argument. I mean, it is a small garage. It's not going to have
Very
a major
small.
impact. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's not so impactful.
Yeah.
And of course, I give them credit for living with stacking cars and a narrow driveway,
Right. Right.
as they acknowledge.
We just heard that previous case.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
add
Mm.
that it is a difficult condition to have an angled driveway coming into the garage, because you need a certain length for the car to pull out before it can start to turn. Otherwise, you're hitting
Right.
the opening of the garage door. So, yeah, I think just pushing it to create more distance from the side yard is going to create an even more difficult condition.
You'd have to push the
So-
garage back to minimize that angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, and then yeah, then you're just I'm okay with it where it is, given
I
the
think- I
compromise
think-
between the impervious coverage. I do have a question about the FAR. I'm not quite following what I see that you're saying you're compliant, but I see 25% in the table on the drawings as the maximum FAR. But then I see 31% in this table. And I'm kind of confused by the calculations. And did it include the garage? I would think it would just be all the areas added up divided by the lot area, right?
I believe that the FAR calculations do not include the area for a garage as a.
Does not.
It does not.
I can help.
Okay.
So there's a proportional FAR for small lots. That's the
Oh,
formula there.
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
And then
also a
there-
lot adjusted for the proportional lot. I forgot about that.
Then the garage, there's an exemption for garages if they're behind the house, the principal house, and less than 15 feet in height. They're exempt from FAR up to 300 square feet.
Okay, got it.
I have a couple of questions. Ms. Lee, do you live in this house? Or are you going to live in this house?
We probably gonna think about see if we want to downsize, but currently we live in western side of the town. You know, but my two sons is going to college this year, so we are thinking to downsize.
Is that why you
Okay,
have an LLC? Is that why you have an
Well,
LLC?
all my property, it's all in with the LLC. Yeah.
Okay.
Second question I have is, I think you said there were 4 bedrooms, but I see 5 bedrooms. Is that correct?
Well, I believe that, well, there is a study that is not being considered as one of the bedrooms on the first floor. There's a first floor bedroom and 3 bedrooms on the second floor, I believe.
I see 4 bedrooms on the second floor.
Are there 4? Well, I stand corrected then. I don't have the plans in front of me, I'm sorry to say.
So you're changing this from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom to a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house?
Yes. Yeah.
With an office, which could be a bedroom.
No office. Do we have an office, Tony?
Well,
You
there's
do
a
have an
study in the
office.
front, yeah. Well, that's true. But as we've stated, it's within the FAR. We're not asking for any exemptions for increased floor area. So it's and the 2-bedroom, 1-bath house is a functionally obsolete structure within this neighborhood. I don't think we could consider that to be anything other than that. And a new house within this neighborhood, within Princeton, we would have to consider that this is a pretty typical way of attempting to build a new house within the confines of Princeton. So and we're doing it within the required FAR.
Another question, are you going to knock down the house and build a new house?
No, I
No.
believe that the roof is going to be removed and the new addition is going to be built on top of the existing first floor and that footprint. The existing basement is going to stay and also the first floor.
I have a question. I'm a little confused with the front yard setback. Is there a variance required or not? Your narrative says there is. I think one of the slides you put up says front setback was going to be compliant. And I didn't see in Mr. Bridges' memo where there's a front their front yard setback variance needed. Okay, Derek.
Yes,
please.
sir. The prevailing setback is 29 feet and you're allowed to go 2 feet, either greater than that or less than that. So the 27.5 still complies with the 2-foot variance from the 29-foot prevailing front yard setback.
Okay, good, thanks. Yeah, because in the narrative, as I say, it said there's a section called front yard variance, so I was confused. Thank you.
Now you're correct. I didn't have them update the narrative after we went through all the back and forth, but good catch, Michael.
Yeah, that was in their narrative, not yours.
No, I know. I don't always make them redo the whole package again. So,
Okay, thanks.
thank you.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to your testimony at this point?
Not from me.
Yes. See your attorney on the screen anymore.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, do you want to
No,
add
nothing further to contribute here.
Philipaka?
No, I think I've described as much as I need to, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to continue answering any questions or continuing the discussion.
Okay, we're going to, if you want to summarize, Mr. Song, before we go into, open it up to the public, you're more than welcome to.
Just one additional comment, because I believe one of the adjacent homeowners is actually here tonight as well too, and they've actually had a discussion with the homeowner, with the applicant, and in terms of addressing their concerns. So I believe that if the homeowner is here tonight, I believe he or she can actually help contribute to our application as well. Thank you.
No problem. They want to speak, they're more than welcome to. Okay, so if you have nothing more to say, we will open it up to the public. If there's anyone in the audience who'd like to speak on behalf of this application, indicate that by pressing the raise your hand button and we will call on you. You can take the screen down at this point. Claudia, has anybody indicated they'd like to speak?
One person.
Yes, can you please take the screen down? Stop sharing.
Oh,
Hello?
Keep going.
Mr. Lee, you would have to stop sharing your screen, please.
oh, okay. I thought I already stopped now.
No, it's still visible.
Oh, okay. All right, let me close it in.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
and do you know what the name is of the neighbor that wants to speak?
It's Dan. Dan.
Yeah, it's me. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
We can't
Sir,
see you.
we need
can't
to see you, sir.
You cannot see me video. Okay. Can you see me?
No.
No.
Maybe I have some problem with my laptop. Okay. Oh, okay. Can you see me now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's another screen here that says Alex L, but that's not you, right, Mr.
No,
Yeah.
that's somebody else.
That's somebody else. Okay.
Yes.
So can I speak without the video working?
No.
No, that's a problem.
So
We need to be able to see you.
so yeah, then let me try to fix the problem and let other neighbors to talk first.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about this.
Claudia, can you call on the next person?
He's there, Alex L.
Okay, but we can't see him and he's muted.
Mr. L, would you like to speak on this application? You're muted and we can't see you.
Unmute.
Okay, we
Okay.
hear you and we just need to see you now.
I'll do what I can.
Okay.
I can see me. So
Okay, well, we can't see you.
you got me now?
There you go. Now
Okay,
we
here
got
I
you.
am.
Okay, sir, could we have your full name?
My name is Alex Levine.
All right, and Mr. Levine, if you're comfortable, would you give us your address, please?
327 Walnut Lane.
All right. And do you swear or affirm any testimony you give this evening will be truthful?
I do.
Thank you.
Please speak.
Okay. I have no problem with the building, the dwelling. My concern is with the site plan and the garage. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an architect. I'm a neighbor. And so I hope that in addition to the statement that I've already submitted, that I hope has been circulated, what I have to say tonight can just clarify.
No. Sir,
Yes.
Karen, do you want to explain to him that?
Yeah, Mr. Levine, the board doesn't accept letters or written statements. We need you to explain it to us in person. So if you
Okay.
just want to summarize, that's
Yes,
fine. However you want to handle it.
You know, I'll summarize it.
Okay.
And that is that the property at 15 Hillside had at some point a paved driveway right along the western property line at 335 335 Walnut, and that necessitated the building of a curb to prevent water from going down behind the house into the two houses on the side of the driveway. The lengthening of the driveway farther back than the existing driveway will only create more impervious surface and more runoff into, I think, my neighbor's yard at 335 Walnut and mine at 327. And this is something I experienced before when in 2004, right after I moved in, the hillside was recrowned and just sent like a river of water into the two properties, which are on the western side of 15 Hillside. You know, if it is a true hardship that there is whatever was a hardship that was expressed before by the homeowner, then the homeowner shouldn't have bought the place. You know, if there was a true hardship, the homeowner is looking for a variance to allow 3 feet rather than 5 feet from my backyard, with a roof structure of the garage bringing water down, and I think that is, that I think will be problematic for me. And as I said in the statement, I will summarize in a surprise visit to my home this past weekend, knock on the door, the new property owner, the applicant for the variance, said, "Oh, of course we will build a French drain to take the water away. Of course we will extend what is in the site plan, the existing wall. Of course we will have the downspouts flow all the way into the backyard, but as I said in the statement that I submitted, a handshake and a pat on the back saying we will do all these things does not mean they're actually going to be done. And I am very concerned about the runoff problem from the extension of the driveway and the construction of a garage, which will direct rainwater right into what is my backyard. So these are my concerns. And as I think the last thing I said in my statement is that a handshake and a pat on the back are great, but I would like these things actually addressed in a revised site plan so that my backyard does not become a wetland. Thank you.
I think that's a reasonable request. Okay, is that it, Mr. Levine?
Oh, that's it. It's like, I think that's it. Anything
Okay.
else would be just a little percentage more. So, but
Which
as
we-
I said, let me just reiterate, my concern is not with the structure. And I know what all around in my neighborhood, I've lived here for 21 years, small houses become big houses. But this is an environmental issue for me rather than, a structural issue.
Understand that. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, Claudia is the first speaker available now. I think I
Yes.
see this.
Yes, I see him.
Okay.
Okay. So may I share my opinion?
You sure,
Yes.
sure, sir. We just need to swear you in. I understand you're at 335 Walnut, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty. And do you swear affirm your testimony this evening will be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you again for allowing me to share my opinion. So again, this is Dan Guo. My property is at 335 Walnut Lane. So my house shares a property line that separates my backyard from the right side of the 15 Hillside Road. 15 Hillside has a history of non-compliance with the bulk regulations, as Derek already articulated earlier, and also documented in his memo by Derek and Taylor. In particular, of concern to my house is the drainage problem, as Alex, my neighbor, already said. My backyard ground is about 1 foot lower at the property line from 15 Hillside. The previous owners of 15 Hillside built a concrete driveway right next to the fences on the property line with 0 side setback. The driveway has a low retainer curb that helps to divert rainwater away from my backyard. However, the retainer curb does not extend to the full length of the property line. Further, the driveway contours from the midway point and slopes towards the backyard. Surface runoff from its driveway and yard remains a serious problem and creates a wetland in the right corner of my backyard and in the yard of Alex's house at 327 Walnut Lane. So I'm concerned that the new additions, including a detached garage with a setback of 3 feet from the property line, as Mr. Cohen already questioned, would create, would worsen the problem. So I invite a meeting with the new owner, Mr. Lee, on the call last Sunday. He kindly accepted my invitation to meet with me. I expressed my concern in person of potentially worsening situation with the site plan as it is. Mr. Lee verbally proposed 2 corrective actions to ameliorate the situation. First, extend the retaining wall to cover the full length of the property line with 335 Walnut and 327 Walnut Lane. Secondly, add a gutter and downspout to the car garage and divert rainwater downward in the backyard of 15 Hillside through a French drainage system. So here I'm respectfully asking the board to consider my concerns with respect to the use and bulk regulations, and asking the owner, Mr. Lee, to add these two corrective additions to a future to be revised site plan. Thank you very much.
All right. Claudia, is there anyone else that'd like to speak? Claudia?
There are no more hands.
Okay. All right, so I will close the public portion of the hearing. And Mr. Song, do you want to, you or your applicant want to comment on this, what I feel is a very important concern of the neighbors?
Oh, yes, of course. Just one note as well, too. The conversations that the applicant has had with the neighboring homeowners was during the interim between the time when the application was submitted and up until this of this hearing as well, too. And I would like to just point out that that the applicant volunteered to actually reach out to the neighbors because it could be a potential issue and concern for that, and has been more than willing to be accommodating to make any relevant changes that will help sway their concerns. So, Mr. Lee, if you have any additional comments, please do so.
No, I think that's what you just said. Yes, I actually have a personal meeting with Alex and Dan last Sunday. So I visit the site and then we spent quite some time together. It's quite lovely discussion. So I actually agree that I'm gonna do what Dan was talking about. Two things, right? So add the extend the existing retention to the property so that it will maintain the water on my property. And also in addition to that, I committed to Alex that I will add the gutters to the garage roof and put the downspout, and then underneath the downspout, I will redirect the water into the center of the lawn. And that way, stormwater will keep in within my properties, will not be run off to their properties. Yeah, so that's true.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee. And Mr. LaPlaca, in your professional opinion, are the proposed measures that was actually just mentioned by Mr. Lee would be an adequate way of addressing the homeowners, the neighbors' homeowners' concerns?
Yes, I think they would mitigate the concerns if those sorts of actions were taken with the drainage brought to the center of the property, towards the center, away from the property lines, and also a small retaining wall to keep any runoff from running past the side yard. So I think they would be measures that would mitigate any problem.
And you would be open to making these design changes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. LaPlaca.
Just one question. Does this include a French drain? Because I believe one of the neighbors mentioned a French drain.
So it's the terminology different. So it's not truly French drain. It's actually it's an underground water drain. So you put the underground attached to the downspout, but the water actually go where the underground pipe.
Where does the water go after it goes in the pipe?
Say again, I'm sorry.
Where does the water go after it goes into the pipe from the garage?
It will go into the center of my backyard, which has to be 10 feet away from any property lines.
So I just have a concern. I don't think an engineer's weighed in on this application. I know Mr. Levine's property is approximately where the garage will be now, I mean, the property, from the midpoint of the property, it drops 2 feet towards the back. So by creating this wall along the property line, does that put the water on Mr. Cheng's property at lot 14?
Okay, let me see. So can I share my screen so we can talk about it?
Can I make a
Okay.
suggestion here? I think, you know, Mr. Bridger brought up a valid concern. Mr. Levine did, as well as Mr. Gal. I think we really need a drainage plan. We need an engineer to prepare something that documents everybody's concern to make sure we're not impacting any of the adjacent properties. And exactly how, as Mr. Bridger said, you know, when the water is collected and it runs into the backyard, wherever it discharges, there's got to be something there to disperse the water. So I think with, you know, all the comments related to the water, I really think we need an engineered drainage plan that our town engineer can review. That's also a part of this record, you know, however we vote on it, but it should be prepared.
I understand, Mr. Cohen. With all due respect, right? I mean, here it's not that I don't want to do it. I mean, but at the same time, I don't want to over-engineer stuff, right? I mean, we all in a situation, and what I was concerned about is that this single car garage, that the water ran off from one side of that single car garage, how much could be, right? So, if I'm doing that gutter collect, remember, if you don't mind, let me share my screen again so that way we can know what we're talking about here. So see this, so technically, if you see my circle cursors here, so this is the single car garage, right? So we are talking about one side of the rainwater collection, right? This side. So I mean, I understand the drinkage issue, which definitely I committed to address, right? So definitely. So, but what I'm proposing here is that if I put a gutter here, collect this one side, again, this is only a small side, probably I was about 4 feet by 16. So we are talking about 64 square footage of the rainwater runoff. If I collect it and I put it underground, trench, and then redirect water back to my backyard here, which is gonna be more than 10 feet away from each direction, right? So that if there's a concern about affecting this neighborhood, then I can either further down into the middle of the yard, which I totally believe is more than 20 feet away from their property line, and there would be another more than 25 feet away from this property line. So that's just kind of be realistic, like how much water can and what kind of drinkage can we affect all the other properties, right?
So look at the topo on the left. Everything goes back to Mr. Levine's property, and it goes to Mr. Cheng's. So are you talking about doing a curb all the way down the property line?
Yes, that's right.
That's going to accelerate the flow of that water. It's going to concentrate that water to flow onto Mr. Cheng's property. I mean, I know you don't want to do stormwater management, but you know, so you might have to contract with an engineer to get this solved. It's not something we do on a napkin and wish for the best, you know?
I think you're exactly
Gotcha.
right, I think you're exactly right, Mr.
Okay.
Bridger.
I would,
Okay.
may I make a comment? Is it possible for us to approve this subject to the condition that an engineering plan for water management be completed and approved by the administration?
That's where I was going on this, that, you know, we either can wait until we get an engineered plan approved by our engineer, or we can, again, Mr. Bridger, Karen, if this is going to be approved, we can do it with the understanding that the approval is conditioned
Yeah.
on an engineering plan reviewed and approved by the town engineer.
And then how would the neighbors, you're saying the neighbors then would need to be able to look at the plan either
Yes.
at the engineering department or
Yes,
with Mr. Bridger? And if they had questions or objections, then what? How does
Well, I
that
mean,
get
again,
resolved?
then we could do it another way and just ask them to prepare an engineering plan and come back to us. And then we can do it, we can do another hearing and have a plan available to the neighbors beforehand that they can review. And our engineer would review it before it got presented to us.
Derek, do you have a thought about this?
I mean, I think we're just kind of driving blindly, without a plan. And I think it would be in your best interest, Mr. Lee, to have a plan, to share it with your neighbors, to share it with the applicant, the land use attorney here, maybe before the next meeting on December 10th. Because there's no way to ensure that everyone's going to be on the same page, once we leave this meeting. That's my suggestion. But the whole back half of the yard drains to the neighbors affected, and I just want to make sure that whatever solution comes up works for everybody involved. Obviously, if it met the setback, then it's not as big of an issue, but
The drainage is still an issue.
it is.
Yeah, you're right. So we could, in a sense, carry this until we get an engineering plan, or we can approve it subject to, which doesn't allow us to even memorialize, I think, until that happens. Is that correct, Karen, Derek?
Well, what's it subject to? I mean,
Yeah.
Subject to an approved engineering plan.
But the neighbors aren't going to be able to see it.
Oh, they would have to be able, so.
Well, I
then
know,
we have
but
to
the issue becomes if the neighbors, they see the plan, they go to municipal building and they say, I still have questions or concerns. Well, who do they raise that with? Staff?
Well-
Staff says, well, gee, I don't know, so I think it makes more sense to have them come back. If it
That's
can
fine.
be, I don't know if they can get it done by the December 12th meeting.
10th.
I'm sorry, 10th. I don't know if they can do that, but
What's got to be done and reviewed and available for review by the neighbors. That's fine. So
Yeah,
if it can happen,
and presented to the board for, we
Exactly.
can listen to the neighbors and digest that too. I'm not for voting for an approval from what I've heard now without it happening in that sequence.
agree with you.
And the record of the zoning board will reflect what they propose to do, what their engineer says, what our engineer says. Yeah, I would like to see it come back. I don't see a time crunch. According to the documents, this applicant only bought the property 4 months ago. So,
I agree with Michael.
As do I. So,
Can I ask a question? Just to be
Sure, yes.
clear, right? Just to clear what I have to do, right? Because I don't want to waste everybody's time and then I come back with the wrong design and then everybody kind of here, right? Because we're gonna
I
keep
think,
talking about things. So
I think, and please, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong. We're looking for an engineering plan that allows the water coming down the side of the driveway and the water coming off the roof of the garage to not impact the neighbors. and to adequately be dispersed on your property. Is that correct, Derek?
Yeah, and it might not be a curb, it might not be a concrete curb, it might be a berm, or, that directs the water either center of your lot, and so. I mean, we're
Well,
happy to meet, arrange a meeting with the municipal engineer, the land use engineer. If you want me, a professional.
Yeah, Mr. Bridge, if you could arrange it, because definitely, I committed to fix the issue as I said
I
it.
appreciate
And then
that.
Yep, exactly. So that way I just need some help to understand fully so that I can talk to my engineer and then he can just do it the way is correct.
Thank
And
you,
then
sir.
no
Okay.
problem. I can come back.
That's good.
So for the interest of the neighbors, the application will be carried to December 12th. The applicant will not be required to renotice.
10th, excuse me.
December 10.
Oh, 10th. Why do I keep saying the 12th? Sorry,
That's all
apologize.
right.
Can you stop sharing the screen?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Karen.
No, it's fine. And
It's got to be into the town, the completed plan at least 10 days before the hearing. So there's a lot of work that has to happen between now and that time.
If I can add an additional comment as well. The applicant will be meeting with the land use attorney, engineer, I mean, and I'm sure there's not just one solution to this particular issue. And my concern is that when we do come up with a stormwater management plan, as long as it's acceptable to the township, then that should be sufficient.
Well, the township, and we also want to give the neighbors an opportunity to look at it.
Of course, and unless they have an engineer to provide an opinion as to the feasibility and the properness of the design, other than just saying, "Well, I just don't like it," they can more or less have a veto on that, and that will prevent any type of variance. To be granted.
I really don't think we can get into that level of detail and try to determine what the neighbors are going to do. I think let's get the plan prepared, meet with our town engineer, prepare a plan, submit it. He will review it, the neighbors will review it, and then at the hearing, we'll discuss it again.
That's why we have a zoning officer and a zoning board who are more expert than the neighbors, who are presenting legitimate concerns which we would like to have addressed.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you're okay with carrying the hearing until theoretically the 10th, hopefully it can get done by then.
I believe so.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to add anything else? All right, so I guess we'll see you on December 10th. And Mr. Bridger, you'll arrange a meeting with the applicant and the engineer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. All right, so that's it for the evening. Thank you all for attending and have a good Thanksgiving and we'll see everyone on December 10th.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Enjoy the upcoming holidays.
Take care.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
night.
Night.